Former President John Dramani Mahama has launched an attack on his two contenders gunning for the NDC's flag bearership position, questioning the capability to lead the NDC. According to John Mahama, the only reason he's putting himself up for re-election is because neither Dr. Kwabena Dufour nor Kwejo Bonsu can lead the NDC to snatch power from the governing NPP. Addressing party faithful in Yilo Krobo constituency in the Eastern region, John Mahama said he's the only candidate that gives the NPP sleepless nights.
And social yafemuno nyame ede chere nyansa so that next time ye be hu se obi ba na oka se somehwe kache nipa no say it is not the time for trial, it's not the time for experiments. Experiments, yes, also bibia hwe oye bibia hwe se na be.
At this point, we do not want
experience.
It is not time for trial your luck. If any of the people seeking to lead the party were capable of beating the NPP, I will not have contested again. But we can
experience and tone was stone. Experience in Suan was cool. A juma 1 year enya hu enim de. Nyame adom so experience there ye ka say experience na o ka say wo yi politician e wo Ghana ha or wo experience and service service and producer
take the risk because the person the NPP fears the most
there's no challenge.
John Dramani. When they hear my name, they cannot
no more 169 almost teba form to 137 as any extra appointees near more brasso some benya appointees anti-mamo mistake and shift tibia every say. The truth is that they say the Constitution says the majority of ministers must be chosen from Parliament. And yes, sir. And normally, so party near Bemwa, you get my point. You are a minority MP. Yeah, the way minister. Or if your the party even wins and you don't have a member of Parliament, then it means you lose out. Enti emrenaso. Munjina hwa.
We are going around asking why we are not bringing in the fresh candidates. Are they the ones to tell us what to do? It's like Kotoko and Hart going to play, and Kotoko telling Hart who should be their captain or go to.
But
it's none of your business.
It doesn't spoil anything for me. It's not the end of my life. And the point is, so there's a lot of work that everybody can do. And it's a no room reso na obi ena yeyina odeta nipa nachi. If we say nyame bebie kwan ma in future na eduru so a emwa wo de beboa sa nipa na yeyi no sa emwa no ena obia nso ebeboa wo ama wetimi akọ.
Mr. Mahama also has been promising supporters of the party jobs to enable them take care of their basic needs. According to former president, it's time the party rewards sacrifices from party supporters by ensuring that they equally get opportunities that will make them have their share of the national cake. He said the NDC, when it wins power in 2024, will ensure massive job creation to fulfilling that promise.
Emre Drew say your democracy. Ghana ye na dia. Enti almost as party cadres ye be sacrifice. But yes so ye chefa Ghana etimi ma akwenya say yesu yenya. E wo say ye bomodi ana ye party for so nya o ma chefa. Yebi woha encrophobi ware woha yeto obi badin woha. every day Okonia can say, oh yeah, branch chairman. Hey, branch chairman, almost say a post casio. And so almost expect to say, you know, obey, you know, a best some book cra. Meanwhile, watch and train. Ezu. Enti me can say metimeti amoka anama mamuska na metimia ibibi, but we will find employment for you so that you can earn an income and also be able to look after the party. Those who can work will find you employment. Those who can't work, you can open something of your own. Se unya o poultry farm bi na o ton kokko ne nkosia kakra e de dwetre bi beba wo botom wokọ a wotwa beba na also de akobon sawa. We will help you with employment opportunities. We will help you to set up your own businesses so that you can look after yourselves. We will seek the welfare of our party people. We will no longer expect that you only sacrifice so that other people enjoy. The opportunities that all Ghanaians enjoy, our party executives and our party cadres must also enjoy the same opportunities. Na yabeye jumadin na mepese by midnight ekobo 1 a.m. 7th December 2024 na yedim say NDC yenya ye result.
Well, let's cross over and speak with Eastern Region correspondent Edwin Kofi Sian, who's been following the former president for us. Kofi, where is his next stop?
Hello, Aisha, if I heard you right, you asking where the former president is now. Hello?
Go ahead.
Okay, so we are beginning the second day of the campaign tour in the Eastern region. Yesterday was the first day. We started in the Examination of constituency and finished in the New Durban South constituency. So today we are moving to Fantiakwa, North and South. Then we move to Suhum and other constituencies. So, the former president will be touring about 31 out of the 33 constituencies. So, in his speech to the delegates, he talked about the fact that he is bent on resourcing the grassroots of the party. And he also told them about the fact that among all the contenders, he's the one who is marketable. And when he presented on the ticket of the NDC, he believed that he's going to wrestle power from the NPP. He added that he's the candidate the NPP wants to avoid. That is why anytime they have an argument on any platform, they indicate that why is it that the former president has been presented several times and they still want to present him. He says it's a sign of someone who is scared, and that if they weren't worried, why should that be a worry to them as an opposition? So basically that is what he's been talking about on the first day of his talk.
Following him, will definitely bring you more in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, his closest contender, Dr. Kwabena Dufour, says the NDC presidential primaries are beyond relationships. According to him, the contest will be about electing a leader who can save Ghana.
Dr. Kwabena Dufour is in the northern region to kickstart his tour of the 5 regions of the north. To start the campaign, he met with the northern regional executives where he responded to some questions. The Northern Regional Secretary Mohammed Salam wanted to know the relationship Dr. Dufour has with former President John Dramani Mahama. Responding to the questions, Mr. Dufour said his family was close to the Mahamas, but the contest was beyond relationship.
What between us, I cannot talk. We were so close, especially my son, Junior. My son, and Rodina, very close family. So we are not fighting. Where we are now, we look at the nation. What we left was, or what I left was as finance minister, our total public debt was 35 billion currencies from previous time up to 2012, yeah. 35 billion. You know the amount now? You know it? 600 billion plus. Where's the money? So it's something beyond me or beyond former president or any Ghanaian. Our children are going to be in trouble, will be in bondage, and they may have to do something if you don't move in quickly to solve the problem.
He said the time had come for the party to field one with the right skills to lead the NDC.
What is the problem? Look for someone who can help us solve the problem. Looking now, Britain, Great Britain, four countries. Who's the Prime Minister? He's in India. He's the Prime Minister. They have tried all the British top people. It was not working. So they gave it to this Indian. How come that the UK, Indian is the Prime Minister? Because they almost the expertise to help them solve the problem. And now it's working. After 4 or 5 years, they will bring it to somebody after they bring it. When we are sinking, you don't look at your brother or your sister. No, who can help you resolve this problem? They have brought an Indian. The issue is not my friend or my sister, but who can help us out of the difficulty.
Dr. Dufour later visited the Miao, Tamale South, Tamale North, Tamale Central, and the Sanergo constituencies. Addressing the delegate, he said the party has fielded several people with different skills in the past, but the time has come for an economist because of the era the country has found herself.
Our party is now 30 years old now. About 30 years. The founder, who is no more, was a soldier, as we all know. A very strong leader. He left us a lawyer at the University of Professor Dufour, a good lawyer, a good leader. He also did his best to left us. Then we have a communication expert, a very good communicator. We also did his best. We are now at a period when all is problem. But as the President has said, we are in economic crisis.
Let's stay on the NDC a bit longer because some concerned branch executives of Keta constituency say they will boycott any future polls in the constituency if their preferred candidate, Dr. Emmanuel Kojo Jones Mensah, is disqualified to contest the NDC primaries in Keta. More from Ivy Setoji.
According to the group, two aspirants led by Dr. Kwesi Jikuto are doing everything possible to make sure that Dr. Kojo Jones Mensah is disqualified to satisfy their selfish interests. At a press conference organized by the concerned branch executives of Keta constituency, the allegations that Dr. Kojo Jones Mensah not qualified to contest for the seat are lies and must not be taken serious by the committee. They threaten to boycott all elections if their preferred candidate is disqualified.
When if equality happens, we get there will be no vote for
Yes. Yes.
We are not going to be the delegate will protest. We are ready to fight the last lap. We will fight that. there will be no vote in this constituency in that town.
They noted that Dr. Jokoto's petition was to frustrate their candidate because of fear of Dr. Jokoto's Mensa winning the primaries. They also invoked curses on anyone or a group of persons who are allegedly spreading rumors of disqualification on their candidates and have urged the committee to pay no attention to such people.
Jokoto, after losing last primaries to Honorable Gagbe, deserted Keta constituency. Immediately seeing that Afo is putting the constituency in better shape after his contender, Honorable Gagbe, has fell away from it. He, Jokoto, has suddenly come out with evil machinations. We are calling all the gods of the ancestral spirit of Keta and the Anglo state to strike anyone there or inflict them with serious health complications when they plan to smear and disqualify an innocent son of the land, Dr. Mensa. Afo is the redeemer of our time. We will not sit down for evil to prevail.
Meanwhile, Dr. Kojo Jones Mensa is continuing his campaign tour in the remote communities to convince the delegates on the need to vote for him for more developmental projects. Ivy Zatoji, JoyNews, Keta.
Economists say Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta may have to present another budget to Parliament if the $3 billion IMF bailout is not secured anytime soon. There is currently a Ghanaian delegation in the U.S. engaged in the global financial institution and creditors as part of efforts to secure a deal. Dr. Theo Champong believes any further delays could throw the 2023 budget out of gear. He spoke with Evans Mensah on PM Express last night.
If the deal delays and the first tranche of the funding is not released, as Prof was saying, basically, look, the 2023 budget numbers don't make sense anymore. So we'd have to go back to Parliament and represent a new, estimate. So we don't. The finance minister wouldn't have to wait until the mid-year budget in July. I suspect that he would have to go back to Parliament between now and July, possibly sometime, towards the end of the month with some revised budget numbers, but especially on the expenditure side, some deeper cuts on expenditure to compensate for the loss of revenue that we're likely to see. If you recall, just the last few days, even the port authorities are saying that their cargo volumes are down, right? Yeah. And the revenues then they're expecting are unlikely to be met. Against all of the headwinds, the inflation, the challenging business environment that Prof has mentioned. So I think the clear pathway I see, if the IMF deal delays, would basically be the government, in this case, the finance minister, going back to Parliament and representing new budget numbers. But this time around with some much deeper cuts on the expenditure side of the equation.
Theo Champong is economist and policy risk analyst. Now, economist and professor of finance at the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Godfred Bachman, on his part, says the IMF is not doing enough to ensure Ghana's deal is approved. He says the IMF is using the situation to gain some grounds in international geopolitics. He believes Ghana's economy may suffer irreparable damage if care is not taken.
I think that the delay will have more to do with how the West approaches this matter, rather more than China being used more or less as a scapegoat here. That is what I think. And I think that the IMF must have a plan B, okay, because why? Ghana is a member country of the IMF, okay? And in this hard time, this is where the IMF has to demonstrate their commitment to vulnerable countries like Ghana. And especially, why am I saying so? Ghana's indebtedness to China is not in the same category like Zambia.
Yeah.
And all of that. And therefore, the over-reliance on the global geopolitics to more or less make China look like a bad lender on the continent may actually affect more vulnerable countries like Ghana and the others than it will actually affect China. So I think that we need to get that clear. And we need to send a strong message to the IMF and their Western allies that Ghana needed a program and we needed it like yesterday. We've had enough of the geopolitics, the economic fragmentation, and how they want this to play out and all of that.
Away from the economy, the Electricity Company of Ghana has signed a power purchasing agreement with AXA Company Limited. What is in this new agreement and for what purpose? We'll check it out shortly and the details. And just on your screens, we'll be showing you what that means. It's a 240-month agreement which was signed on Thursday, April 6, 2023, as part of the strategy to stabilize and enhance power reliability in the middle belt of Ghana and encourage power export. That's no more. The plant will be located at Angumaso in Kumasi. The capacity of the plant will be 205 megawatts with a guaranteed capacity of 175 megawatts. The plant will run on natural gas and the responsibility of the fuel supply shall lie with AXA. Now, the project is expected to reach commercial operations in the fourth quarter of 2024. The PPA structure is take and pay with 40% guaranteed dispatch, and there will be no buyer guarantee and no government guarantee as well. And then it's enhanced power generation capacity and voltage stability for customers in the middle belt of Ghana and for exports. It's highly competitive commercial terms and price, which will reduce the indebtedness of the energy sector. The Minister of Energy, Matthew Poku-Prempeh, who was present to witness the signing, charged ECG to ensure the full operationalization of the agreement in the interest of Ghanaians. Away from the ECG, let's look at our weather patterns. The Ghana Meteorological Agency, GMET, is set to deploy 250 new recruits across the country. 120 of the new recruits, according to GMET, are trainees from the National Builders Corps who have been retrained and employed as permanent staff of GMET. The Matthew says these deployments will help improve upon its work.
For the past 4 weeks, the Ghana Meteorological Agency has been on a nationwide trek, educating Ghanaians on the effect of climate activities on the weather, as well as the relevance of weather conditions in their daily planning. Climaxing the activities at the closing ceremony in Accra, Acting Director General of the agency, Eric Isuman, disclosed that GMET has recruited 250 new employees for deployment.
Prior to the end of NAPCO program in September 2021, after the 3-year training period, GMET made a special appeal to our minister to grant us a special dispensation to enable us retain the NAPCO personnel, because the agency did not have funds to pay these personnel on contract basis after the program. We requested financial clearance to recruit the personnel. Ladies and gentlemen, our minister responded positively to our plea and made a necessary intervention for us to receive the clearance from the Ministry of Finance in 2022 to recruit additional personnel, not only the retained NAPCO personnel. The current total staff strength of the agency now stand at 556.
Head of Central Analysis and Forecasting at the Ghana Meteorological Agency, Felicity Ahiano, explains the work of these recruits.
We have that some are in charge of administrative procedures, some are in charge of the daily observation, that's the hourly observation, and then we have some that will now be analyzing the data. So we have the assistant meteorologists, we are grooming them, so we'll send them to the regions, so they become the regional meteorologists or forecasters. So they now zoom the forecast to the Ashanti region, to the Eastern region, Volta region, Greater Accra, Western Central, Bronx, Savannah, Upper East, Upper West, Northern, Northeast. You see, so they also zone in there so that the forecasts become more accurate.
Delivering the keynote address, the Minister for Communications and Digitization, Esla Owusu-Ekufo, promised more government funding for the agency.
The Ministry of Communications and Digitalization also facilitated payments for operational vehicles procured by the agency, calibration equipment, and the message switching system. I really hope that you would also revamp your broadcasting system as well from your head office. Several other automatic weather stations have been installed with funds from government's e-transform project to expand your network of stations across the country since 2018. We're all witnesses to the improved accuracy of forecast and efficiency in GMET's service delivery. GMET is also a beneficiary institution to receive support under the World Bank funded Ghana Digital Acceleration Project, which is currently awaiting parliamentary approval.
The minister has also appealed to all new recruits to accept posting to any part of the country and work diligently to revamp the meteorological agency. James Kwesi Aveji's report, read to you.
Let's get more from GMET. Felicity Ahenyo is head of central analysis at GMET. She's joined us for more. Ms. Ahenyo, in what capacities will these 250 recruits be working for the agency?
Good morning and thanks for having me. My name is Ahafianyo.
Ahafianyo, great.
Yes,
Thanks for the correction.
It's good. Government has helped us to recruit new staff to the total of 250, taking the staff strength to roughly 600 staff. We have a lot of activities that we do in terms of our mandate as the National Meteorological Organization. We have the observations, which is the meteorological technician. They go to the field to take the data reading, the temperature, the maximum, minimum, the relative humidity, the cloud type, the amount and the height, the wind speed and direction, and any other meteorological parameters. Then they transmit it into our database where it has been customized and then feed into the global system. We also recruited the assistant meteorologists. They are in the line of analyzing the data and forecasting. And as we are grooming them, we are going to decentralize them into the various regions and into the various units that we have as the meteorological organization or institution. And then some of them will go into the marine, some will go into the hydrological, some will go into the now forecasting, and some will also go into the seasonal forecasting. So that at the end of the day, we all come up with accurate weather forecast for the nation.
I want to find out the extent to which their contribution will improve on your work, but I also want to draw your attention to the fact that there's been complaints about how GMET doesn't always get its predictions right. What difference will these 250 recruits bring as far as improvement of your work is concerned?
The first improvement that we are going to get, the relief into the human resources that we had the challenge with. It's still inadequate, but it's going to be a bit better, where you have one forecaster running a full shift, and now with them we are going to get about 2-3 on a shift, which all of them will be looking at different parameters. So if one forecaster can check the wind chart, then the second one will also check the relative chart. The third can check the geopotential chart. So at the end of the day, we'll have a unified data analysis, interpretation, and be able to come out with the forecast. Yes, we are human beings and we have challenges, errors in it. So definitely we will improve in terms of the forecasting. Then another aspect is that we have the administrative staff that has also been recruited. So they will also be helping when it comes to the administration, that's the support service, whereby the technical staff will not have to depend more or spend more of his or her time dealing with the administrative issues. But we have administrative staff now, they will also be diving into that area. At the end of the day, we all have one goal to achieve, to give 100% accurate weather forecast.
Grateful for your time, Felicity Ahafianyo. She's head of Central Analysis and Forecast at GMET, and she's been explaining how the recruits will improve their work. Now, headmaster of the Aguna Safo Aida Basic School in the Central Region, Justice Hinson, has broke down in tears when he received the keys to a renovated classroom block. The building had been in deplorable state for many years, forcing authorities to combine different levels into one room for lessons. The situation made learning difficult, compelling some pupils to drop out of school. But the Easter season brought a lot of joy to them when NGO My Help, Your Help Foundation handed over the renovated block to the community. There's more in this report.
The school was built 37 years ago to augment 2 other schools in the community to cater for the education needs of Aguna Safo, located in the Aguna West district of the Central Region. It was left in ruins for nearly 2 decades, making academic work difficult. Children from different classes had to be crammed into one room for lessons. But all that changed when My Help, Your Help Foundation renovated the block following appeals by the community. Some students of the school shared their happiness with JoyNews.
At first, our foundation was not good at all because there was dust inside the classroom. So when we were learning, our school uniform was getting dirty because of the dust. And also our teachers, because of our blackboards, when they are writing, their hands were always getting dirty. But as for now, our boards are white, so when they are writing, they feel comfortable, and we also sit in nice classroom.
I started this school from primary, and our learning was not comfortable. Every day, class 4 and class 5, we come to our class. So when we are learning, everything will stick in our head. So now our learning is comfortable. Now the class 4 and class 5, they are not coming into our class. And now we have 4 boards. And our school is developing.
Headmaster of the school, Justice Hinson, thanked the foundation for giving the school a new look.
When I entered into this compound, in fact, I was very sad because the kind of building that I saw, in which children were schooling in, it wasn't good at all. So I promised that we will look for help. Upon looking for help, a colleague teacher contacted Mr. Kojo Inti. Yeah, he partnered My Help, Your Help Foundation, and then they came together. They met us in this school and decided to come and help us, at least renovate the building and then provide us with other facilities. In fact, they've done what Napoleon couldn't do. And we thank them for availing themselves to squeeze water from stone to help the children.
Founder of the foundation, Nicholas Kofi, indicated that his NGO decided to undertake the project to provide a conducive learning environment for the students.
The most powerful weapon in life is education, and education changes the whole world. So we believe in education because it falls under the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which ensures that all-inclusive quality education for all. So that's what we believe in. That's how come we came here to renovate the entire school. We have done we've renovated a 6-unit classroom block from primary to GSS, where we have done masonry work. We have done demarcations of the various classroom blocks, i.e., before then, hitherto, the children were in just an open classroom block. So we have class 1, class 2, class 3, all put together. But we've been able to partition or demarcated the various classroom blocks where class 1, class 2, class 3 will all be in their various classrooms and learn whatever they are supposed to learn. We've also changed all the blackboards that were old since 1986. We've now converted all those blackboards to white foam-maker boards with markers, beautifully done. We've painted the school. God been so good.
The foundation also provided the school with portable water, which will also serve the community.
The same school and the community in Asafo, AEDA Basic School, had not been so fortunate to be connected to potable water. Myself and Jody, as the Kojuinti, put resources together. We were able to connect them to potable water via Ghana Water Corporation, Ghana Water Company, where we were able to supply the school and the whole community with access to potable water.
My Help Your Health Foundation is an NGO that aims at alleviating the plight of the poor.
A leading pharmaceutical company, Blitz GVS Pharma Ghana, has donated anti-malaria and other essential medicines ahead of World Malaria Day 2023. The donation forms part of the company's Act for Africa campaign to make Africa a malaria-free continent. Beneficiary hospitals include Upper West Regional Hospital, the Tamale Teaching Hospital, and Ho Teaching Hospital. There's more in this report.
Blitz GVS is a global pharmaceutical company dedicated to the provision of quality and affordable pharmaceutical products to help cater for the needs of many.
I'm pharmacist Dr. Salifu Al-Hassan Tia, and I'm standing on behalf of the managing board of Tamale Teaching Hospital, the board and staff of the hospital.
On behalf of the Upper West Regional Hospital, and by extension, Upper West Region, we want to thank Blitz GVS Pharma for this kind gesture.
Annually, we embark on a campaign to fight malaria across our country and the continent at large. And this year, we are at Ho Trafalgar Teaching Hospital.
On behalf of the president of PSGH, the SEC, and the governing board, we want to say a big thank you that you have considered this initiative to cover a lot of hospitals in the region and even to the northern part of the country. And as a society, we'll continue to partner with you and ensure that your activities within this country is smooth.
All right, my name is Wisdom Delalia Jaku, pharmacist, Ho Teaching Hospital. I want to say on behalf of the board, the management and staff of Ho Teaching Hospital, we are privileged to be part of this donation from Blitz GVS as part of their ACT campaign to ensure availability of anti-malarials in our hospitals.
I want to express our sincere gratitude to Blitz GVS for this opportunity to partner them to do donations to the various institutions. And we are also grateful that you are living by our motto, because the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, the motto is Amicus Humanis Generis, which is friends of the human race. And if you have a company like Blitz GVS coming on board to do donation to humanity, then it means that you are actually living by our motto.
I pray that the good Lord will continue to bless the company so that they can be able to reach out to so many other hospitals in subsequent years. I would like to also assure Blitz GVS that their products, which are already available in all community pharmacies and all hospitals in Volta and Oti, we will continue to patronize those products so that at the end of it all, the well-being of the patient will be our hallmark.
If you just joined us, we're still live on JoyNews Desk. Let's take a break. When we return, we'll bring you some business.
Hello, good morning. Warm welcome to the business segment on Joy News Desk. With me, Pius Kojubaka. And there is the reason for us to bring you the very latest in the world of business. And rightly so, we're learning that inflation for the month of March 2023 falls sharply to 45%. Well, this was influenced by some deflation recorded by the food and non-alcoholic beverages. Now, the drop is significant due to the level of increase recorded by inflation some few months ago, after it declined to 52.8% in February 2023. According to the government statistician, Professor Samuel Kwabena Dufour, this is evident of the ongoing downward trend of inflation. And we shall certainly keep you updated in our subsequent bulletins as and when developments unfolds in that part of the business world. But let's move on to some other stories. And interest rates rose marginally as government recorded a slight oversubscription of its treasury bill sales. There is more for you in this report.
The auction result showed that the yield on the 91-day T-bill went up by 0.31% to 19.69%, whilst that of the 182-day T-bill increased to 22.24% from 21.85% the previous week. The rate on the 364-day T-bill also surged to 26.95%. Some analysts have described the recent increase in the interest rate on the treasury market as not surprising, because the current rate do not match the prevailing macroeconomic condition. The policy rate is presently going for 29.5%, while average lending rate hover around 38%. Meanwhile, the government recorded a marginal 6.16% oversubscription of the T-bill sale to the tune of 1.88 billion cedis. It, however, accepted 1.85 billion cedis, more than the targeted amount of 1.76 billion Ghana cedis. Chunk of the bids came from the 91-day T-bills. The government accepted all the bids from the 91-day and the 182-day T-bills. 1.293 billion Ghana cedis and 422 million cedis were obtained from these instruments. However, it accepted 140 million Ghana cedis out of the 167 million tendered for the one-year bill.
Now, Polytank Ghana says it is poised to give customers access to strong tanks to aid in the storage of water. Now, it has therefore introduced the new Sumo Super Tank. According to the executive director of Muhanini Group, Ashok Muhinani, the new tank is durable and has a long lifespan. There is more in this report.
Polytank Ghana Limited has launched its new Sumo Super Tank as an addition to its water storage tanks. The tank has UV stabilizers that will aid the tank to withstand all weather conditions. Here is the executive director of the Muhinani Group, Ashok Muhinani, speaking at the unveiling of the new Sumo Super Tank.
This is a new technology, and as we explained in the speeches and in the profile, this is a 3-layer which adds extra additives and health preservatives to give you a different dimension to the existing tanks on the market. So it's a different tank completely, it's a different technology, and you've got 3 layers to help with the various features we highlighted. We needed to try and do something innovative, and so we did a lot of research and we came out with this. So it was more innovation. The tanks in the market, including ourselves, have been there. And so what else can you do with value add? So this is our value add proposition, which we're launching today.
Chief Director of the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources, Noah Tumfo, reiterated government's commitment to closing the gaps and addressing the shortfalls associated with providing Ghanaians with access to clean and safe water. The new Sumo Super Tank provides customers with 9 varieties of colors to choose from.
And that's it for business. I am Pius Kojubaka.
Welcome back to Joy News. Next to the rest of our stories. Despite his battle with leprosy, a chronic and infectious disease, he nurtured a passion for singing and performance. That's the story of Opia Mensah, a resident at the Wejat Leprosarium who still dreams of becoming a renowned musician. Michael Ishali caught up with him.
Opia Opia Mensah, a singing sensation living with leprosy. Born in 1942, he has more than 100 songs to his collection.
God gave me talent small, so I'm a small boy and singing. That I'm no sick. Age, I don't remember, but I started for 1973. I start music.
He produces unique music in which he occasionally whistles. His songs are inspired by his life stories and events close to him.
Mary Pop. Mama, they bought me in 1942. You know, the God gave me talent. So when I see something, I make sounds. Yeah, when I see something, somebody do me bad, I come on, make sounds.
Before he developed fatal injuries from the leprosy, he was active and performed from his collection of songs to happy crowds at various bus terminals across the country.
1950 something, I started there. Yeah, I'm all right. I go to my home. Or I go to my home, they say come back again. So I go to Ankafo. Ankafo treat me. I won't correct before you leave me. Me music I like, so I go around to play sounds. I go to Kumasi, I go to Takwari, I go to Tema, I go everywhere, Cape Coast, everywhere I go and play sounds.
Opia Mensah was forced to live at the Wager Leprosarium after his condition took a turn for the worse.
Me I there for Tema Station. Tema Station I did there 1992. I stayed for Tema Station, Makwala. But when I go play sounds, people dash me. So when I sleep in the night, somebody come and took my everything. That's why I come back and give me room here.
The disease has claimed some of his fingers. With his remaining fingers, he holds his drum and stick.
If you know me, I know you. You know me, I know you. If you don't know me too, I don't know you. Sure.
His life dream is to get his songs recorded before he passes on.
I need help, Papa, to help me. I need help to record my sounds. When you record my sounds come out. Tomorrow I die, I like. Because when I do cry, tomorrow I know die. Long time before I die.
Opia Mensah's music is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, and his story serves as an inspiration to all who hear it. For Joy News, Michael Ashale.
I am listening my sounds. I am listening my sounds. I am listening your sounds. I am listening your sounds. Opia Mensah, itie wonyom. Opia Mensah, itie wonyom. Opia Mensah, itie wonyom. What to bro na many aji say. I am listening your sounds.
And as I wrap up Joy News Desk this morning, my name is Aisha Ibrahim. Log on to myjoyonline.com. There's more of the news and developing stories.